Now, labor unions in the country's public universities have suspended their industrial action indefinitely. This follows an assurance by their employer to resolve all outstanding issues related to their conditions of service. The labor unions, UTAG, GAWA, Senior Staff Association of Universities of Ghana, FUSSAG, and the Teachers and Educational Workers Union, TEU, declared an industrial action on the 17th of October 2022 over their conditions of service. According to the leadership of the unions, their employer has now accepted that it had unilaterally varied their conditions of service of staff of public universities without recourse to them. We're joined through Zoom, on Zoom, by the president of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, Professor Solomon Nunu, for more on this. Prof, thank you so much for joining us. What concrete things have you had for you to then accept what your employer is telling you? Okay, so we will be speaking to Professor Nunu shortly, but the story is that they have now, called off their industrial action indefinitely. They are citing the fact that their employer has now agreed to abide by whatever they were saying. They are saying that the employer says it unilaterally varied their conditions of service without them in the know, and that's why they are calling it off. But let's bring you the full statement that they brought out this morning. Now, the labor unions in the public universities in Ghana, that is UTAG, GAWA, the Senior Staff Association of the University of Ghana, FUSSAG, and TEU Ghana, declared an industrial action on Monday, 17th October 2022. Since the declaration of the industrial action, according to them, leadership has engaged the employer and the National Labour Commission on several occasions to address the impasse. At a meeting held on Thursday, 8 December 2022, the employer accepted that it had unilaterally varied the conditions of service of staff of public universities without recourse to them. Now, Professor Solomon Nunu has joined us again now on phone. Prof, grateful that you could join us. Earlier, before you declared the strike, you were saying that until you get concrete actions from your employer, you're not going to call this off. Have you had that? That's why you're calling this off?
Yes. Good morning to you and your listeners. So basically, when we cleared the strike, that is exactly what we said until we see concrete steps. As captured in our statement that you read, you'll notice that the employer has now made some commitments towards certain payments that need to be done starting from this month. So we took all of those things into consideration and then came to the conclusion that it's important that we suspend the strike the strike action at this time. And that is why you are seeing this statement circulating at the moment.
Okay. But I mean, there were several things that you were demanding for. Have all of those been addressed, or some portions of those have been addressed, and that's why you're doing this?
So the main thing that caused us to declare the strike action has to do with the off-campus and vehicle maintenance allowances. So these two allowances were varied, and that created the need for the strike action. Since then, these ones, we have come to an agreement for a restoration, or should I say, yes, for it to be fixed now. So that is why we are suspending it. But that notwithstanding, we have several other conditional service-related issues hanging. And that's why in the statement, we also came to an agreement that it's important that the employer begins engagement for us to address the number of these things. Number one, if you take UTAG, for example, we have our ESA that has been outstanding for some time now. So that also is ending this December. So the question is, beyond December, what happens with this particular allowance? What is the employer doing to resolve the main problem that has to do with problems with the single sign salary structure? So it's important that the employer looks at this. Another general one also that affects all the 5 unions mentioned has to do with issues related to our Tier 2 pension. You'll notice that Tier 2 pensions were deducted and from 2010 to 2016. These monies were not forwarded to our pension fund managers. So per the law, it means that there should be an accrued interest that should be paid by the government. The law says that this accrued interest should be 3% per month. As we speak, government has only paid the principal without the interest payment. So that also is another outstanding issue. If come in again, there are other outstanding condition of service issues that relate to all the unions concerned here. And we came to a conclusion that from this January, that is January 2023, government is going to commence action to get those issues also addressed.
We understand there's a meeting between you and the Labour Commission this morning. Can you confirm exactly that for us, and what will be the issue on the table now?
Okay, so basically we are back at the Labour Commission to come and report that yes, the main issue that led the strike action has been addressed considerably, for which reason we are suspending the strike action. So this industrial action has been suspended per the statement. But like we mentioned, there are a number of condition of service issues that we want to bring to the attention of the Commission again. So we are bringing it to the attention of the Commission that they should intervene to help us to bring finality to all of them as well. You know, these untoward industrial actions do not help anybody. It doesn't help with our productivity in this country. And it's always important that the government side or the employer should work very hard to address these things as quickly as possible so that it doesn't degenerate to this state.
All right, I'm grateful, Prof. But if I can get your thoughts on this one quickly, the Ghana and the IMF have gotten a staff level agreement. One of the issues that people are talking about is the fact that workers' pensions will be affected. We've not heard from UTAG. Are you okay with the arrangement, or you also do have some issues with the decision to,
Yes. This one, actually, we have issued a statement to it. That last week we issued a statement to that effect. And we stated categorically that UTAG pensions are not supposed to be part of that. Because you look at pension funds, it's money that I'm accruing for my retirement. Then you know, mostly in retirement time, these are the times you have all the ailments you can think about. You know, after 40 years, you have all sort of health conditions coming in, and you need these money to take care of yourself. Like that one, also, you've invested your money for certain things. Maybe somebody wants to build, somebody wants to have a certain kind of monthly subsistence when the person is on pension. And you can't be using these investments for the haircut or whatever name they are calling it. So yes, UTAG have risen to that effect. Our goals, most of us have invested our money with these bonds, and it's important that we get this one settled. So we are happy also that the DUC has decided to look at this. In fact, on Monday, DUC, we are going to have a meeting to look at it holistically so that we can come out and then say, but you know that it is something that shouldn't be touched, and we are not happy with government deciding to go there. And if they have done that, it's important that they re-look at their decision. And otherwise, the labor unions will be forced to take action, and UTAG will not be exempted from that action.
Well, the minister yesterday put a plea to you that consider the economy and let's build together. Wouldn't you listen to that plea? Put the economy first and look at how we can all get out of where we are to make sure we build a resilient economy.
Yes, the economy must be considered. And you know, they formed this Ghana something where
the Social Partnership Council.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, the Social Partnership Council. I don't know if that's what you're
exactly. Yes, and they made available about 5 billion Ghana cedis to that effect. So UTAG, we have asked a number of questions that this fund that has been made available, how is it going to be administered? Who are the fund managers? This fund that we have also done. Have we done our projections for us to determine that maybe every year we are going to have maybe 1,000, 10,000 workers going on retirement? If the fund is made available to the fund managers, will it be enough to pay the pensions of these people? These are legitimate questions that we believe we need to look at. And like we stated, UTAG, we are ready to sit and judge with government to find lasting solutions to these problems. And we think it's important that the government will let us look at this. For us, we are not against anything that will fix the economy. Remember that if the economy is fixed and my salary is not depreciating, I wouldn't even think of any labor administration because at the end of the day, I'm fine and my pocket is okay. But
Okay.
here is the case that the very savings I have made for the rainy day is also being taken away from me. That is the question, and that is the funny issue we need to find answers to.
Prof, I'm grateful that you could join us this morning. Professor Solomon
You're
Nuno
welcome.
is the president of the University Teachers Association of Ghana. Now to other.